Hi YouTube, it's me again. Literally gonna just do a quick update before I go off to work until 11 o'clock. Let me tell you, that weekend that I just had was a really long weekend. I mean, I was really looking forward to speak to the doctors. It was ages. I really wanted to speak to them. So I was trying to keep myself busy, to try not to think about it, but not once did it not go out of my head anyway. I spoke to the doctor because I didn't get a call back today, and I found out that after the nurse and the doctor speaking to each other, they've decided to refer me to Morriston Hospital, which is good because that's one step out of the way and one step closer, but it's still going to be a struggle because I know the journey's nowhere over yet. I'm over the moon about the referral, don't get me wrong, but I know I've only just found out about Wales's NICE guidelines, NICE, which is going to be set all across Wales. Basically, the BMI has to be above 40, which is no problem with me. I've got a BMI of 45. The only problem now is that I've got to have two chronic obesity related illnesses, and I don't have any. I thought asthma was one of them, but it's not, unfortunately. Obviously asthma does get worse the bigger you are, but it's not based on obesity. So I can still be turned down, unfortunately. Even though they've sent the referral, I can still be turned down. I'm not being negative, but just in case, I've written a letter to the MP. I've got everything written out. So it's not like I'm thinking of the worst case. I am thinking of the worst case scenario, but I'm still remaining to stay optimistic and things like that. I've done also a bit of research. I don't know if you guys have heard about this lady on the telly that was on about a few weeks ago from Swansea in Wales. She's got a BMI of just under 60, and she's very heavy lady, bless her, but she's got one chronic related illness, so she fits the criteria slightly. Her BMI is above 40. She's got one obesity related illness, which is high blood pressure, but she doesn't have two, which is what the criteria is. So basically, this lady, she can't walk very far. She's in a lot of pain when she walks. She's got back pains, but it's still not obesity related, they say. You'd think she'd be accepted to go under the criteria to go on the waiting list for the surgery, but no, the poor lady wasn't, unfortunately. She's gone to the MP, which was absolutely no use. They literally said, sorry, tough really, you don't meet the criteria. Even though she's very heavy, she can barely get out of the house. But that is the only reason why, is because she doesn't have two obesity related illnesses. She only has the one, and that's the only reason why they've turned it down, which is ridiculous. So it's quite difficult in Wales to get the surgery. I don't know if anyone has seen this lady on the telly at all. She's from Swansea. It was a couple of weeks ago, so let me know if you have anyway. So my point is with this, I mean, as if the state she is in, I mean, her not being able to walk, you'd think one obesity related illness would be enough to qualify the surgery, but it's not. And my point is that Wales does have the highest rate of obesity in the UK, and it's fastly growing as well, yet we've got the smallest pot of funding set aside for it, which in my head is a little bit silly. And apparently if I were living in England, I would have more chance of not only getting the surgery, but it would be a shorter waiting list as well. And I'm 22 at the moment, as I said in my last video, but apparently it can take 3 years to see the consultant, and then it can take a further 13 years, a further 10 years to actually get through the waiting list and get the surgery. So that's 13 years, so that would make me 36 on the worst case scenario, which, you know, I'd eventually I would like to have children, but the way I am, I think that's something that's stopping me. What else have I got to say? The nurse, as I said, the nurse has given me those realistic figures, which is a little bit scary. 13 years is a long time. Don't get me wrong, I am going to be determined and I really want to get this surgery, but 13 years to me sounds a little bit excessive. It's a little bit daunting actually, but I'm definitely going to fight for it. And I definitely want to get an update on that young lady in Wales and see if she has had things moved on with her surgery, because it must be terrible for her. But anyway, moving on a little bit. I'm aware of how much I've moaned on this video and gone about the worst case scenario, but I just want to prepare myself for the worst, but it will give me some sort of fighting instinct as well, because I really am going to fight for this. I'm also going to be proactive in what I'm doing. I'm going to be constantly researching other ways to get around this, definitely all the time. And that's what's keeping me going, really, my determination and things like that. I'm not going to carry on thinking this may happen to me, or it may happen at all. You never know, it might not. But I'm just, I can't get my words out today. I'm getting all happy and excited for work, believe it or not, in the evening. But yeah, I'm going to be taking this one step at a time, setting realistic goals for myself. And eventually, hopefully, I will achieve my ultimate goal of getting this weight loss surgery as well. Okay. Also, I found out some very realistic figures of the side effects. So I did know more about it before, but I found out a little bit more about it from doing some extra reading. Now they have woken me up a little bit more to reality. Also, just out of curiosity, I'm just wondering if there's anyone watching as well that is from Wales at all, that has successfully had the surgery or on the weight loss register or the waiting list to get the surgery in Wales, and how they've gone, or anyone in the UK, like how long it took you to go on the waiting list. Now, a gentleman, is it B. Blome, is it? Who's registered to my videos, has said that he waited 3 years, so that's definitely 3 years worth it, you know. Also, I just want to take an opportunity to thank you. I've had so many subscribers and so much support, and I haven't even had the surgery yet, so thank you so much. And Angela and Harriet, who've been supporting me, and thanks for your message, Harriet, that was really, really nice. But anyway, it is all so much appreciated. But let me know if you've seen this lady in Wales on in the news from Swansea, and let me know as well if anyone's had it on the NHS, how long were you waiting and things like that. But again, thank you, and I know I'm babbling on, so I'm gonna go because I've got to go to work and leave in like 3 minutes, so I'll leave the video upload and I'll see you all later. Take care, bye.